Scenario overview. Let us consider a scenario where a fashion retailer, Emma's Boutique, is analyzing the impact of price changes on the demand for their clothing items. Emma has noticed a decline in sales in recent months and wants to understand how sensitive her customers are to price changes and changes in their income. Emma decides to survey her regular customer to collect data on the quantity of clothing items they purchase, the price of items, and their monthly income.
Okay, so for the question 1, if Emma initial price was $15 and she sold 150 items, then she will make $7,500. Emma increased her price to $60, which caused the demand to decrease to 100 items a month. Then she will instead make $6,000, where she to reduce her initial price to $40. Then she will increase her quantity demand to 180 items a month. By increasing the cost, her customers were unable to afford as many items. By decreasing the cost, more customers were able to afford more of her item. Okay, so for the first questions, determines whether the demand for this item is price elastic or inelastic. So for the price per item, $50 as a initial price, and the quantity demand is 150 items, and the revenue is 7,500. And for the $16, it is increased. For the quantity demand, it is 100 items, and the revenue is $6,000. And the last one is $40, which is decreased. The quantity demand is 180 items, and the revenue is 7,200. Okay, so for the calculation is new quantity minus all quantity, and divide it to the all quantity. And for the answer, you need to divide to the price, new price, and minus to old price, and then divide to old price. So which is 100 minus 5, 150, and then divide to 150, and the answer is, we got the answer, and then we divide it to the price, which is 60 minus 50, and then divide to 50. And the answer we got is negative 1.667. And for the other ones is quantity, same as the calculation before. We use the same methods, but this time it is a difference quantity demands and revenues. So 180 minus 100, and then divide it to 100, and the answer we divide it to 40 to minus 60, and then divide to 60, and the answer we got negative 2.4. So for the second questions, determines whether the demand for this item is price elastic or inelastic. Explain the implications of the price elasticity value for Emma Boutiques in terms of pricing strategies and revenue generations. So we will divide it to the points. So for the first point is lowering price can lead to bigger increase in quantity demands, and by that we can gain high profits and attract more customers by doing the improvements. And yeah, we can also make a promotions or discount to consider the premium price by improve their product qualities. Okay, so for the last point is the demand is elastic. Lowering the price can attract more customers and increase the total revenues. And yes, and for the inelastic demands allow for price increase without decrease in quantity demand.
So we proceed to the second question, and this is the table for income elasticity analysis for Emma's Boutique clothing items. The first question is calculate the income elasticity of demand for Emma's Boutique clothing items by comparing the quantity demand at the low income level with the moderate income level. Interpret whether the goods are normal or inferior based on the calculate income elasticity. So we are going to calculate the income elasticity of demand. So the formula is percentage change in quantity demand divide percentage change in consumer income. So to calculate the percentage change in quantity demand, the new quantity demand minus old quantity demand divide old quantity demand. And to calculate the percentage change in consumer income, the new consumer income minus old consumer income and divide old consumer income. And the answer we got is 1%. And from the calculate income elasticity, it is normal good due to the income elasticity, which is 1%. Next, based on the income elasticity result, classify and mass boutique clothing items into different types of goods, normal, inferior, or luxury. Provide reasoning for your classification considering the relationship between change in income and the quantity demand. So we also use percentage change in quantity demand, divide percentage change in consumer income. And the answer we got is 1%, and the second also 1%. And we can classify the MS boutique item into normal goods based on the income elasticity. Is that because an increase in income causes an increase in the quantity demand?
Question 3. The following table of cross-price elasticity for demand for several goods, where the percent quantity change is measured for the first good of the pair and the percent price is measured for the second good. Number 1, air conditioning unit and kilowatts of electricity, negative 0.34. Coke, number 2, Coke and Pepsi, 0.63. Number 3, high fuel consuming sport utility vehicle, SUV, negative 0.28. Number 4, McDonald's and Burger King's burger, 0.82. And last one, butter and margarines, 1.54. Number 1, explain the sign of each of the cross-price elasticity. What does it imply about the relationship between of two goods in question? In simple terms, if two goods are substitutes, when the price of one goes up, people likely to buy more of the others, showing the positive cross elasticity. If goods are complementary, a price increase in one leads of demand for others, giving a negative cross elasticity. When the goods are unrelated, change in price of one don't affect the demand of the other, resulting in cross elasticity of 0. So number 1, air conditioning units of kilowatts of electricity, the negative cross elasticity of negative 0.34 between air conditioning units and kilowatt of electricity, showing that these goods are complementary. In simple terms, as the price of air conditioning goes up, there is corresponding decrease in demand of kilowatt of electricity. Number 2, Coke and Pepsi. Coke and Pepsi are substitute goods. Cross price elasticity is 0.63. That was positive cross elasticity is 0.63. If Coke get more expensive, people tend to buy Pepsi. Number 3, high fuel consuming sport utility vehicle, SUV. High fuel consuming sport utility vehicle, SUV, is substitute goods. Cross price elasticity is negative 0.28. That was negative cross elasticity. Number 4, McDonald's and Burger King burgers. McDonald's and Burger King burgers is substitutes goods. Cross price elasticity is 0.82. Was the positive cross elasticity. And number 5, butter and margarine. Butter and margarine is substitutes goods. Cross price elasticity is 1.54. That was positive cross elasticity. Question number 2. Compare the absolute value of the cross price elasticity and explain their magnitude. For example, why is the cross price elasticity of McDonald's burgers and Burger King less than cross price elasticity of burger and margarine? Okay, number 1. The cross price elasticity of Pepsi and Coke less than the cross price elasticity of butter and margarine. It is because cross price elasticity of demand of Pepsi and Coke is 0.63 and the cross price elasticity demand for butter and margarine is 1.54. The factor of butter and margarine cross price elasticity is higher because change in the price of the other dairy product.
Consider a scenario in the market for a specific brand of laptop. The price of the laptop increased from 800 ringgit to 900 ringgit, leading a manufacturer to increase its quality supplied from 1,500 units to 1,800 units. Calculate the price elasticity of supply. So the formula for the price elasticity of supply is new quantity minus old quantity divided by old quantity times new price minus old price divided by old price. So from the question, the new quantity is 1,800. The old quantity is 1,500. Then the new price is 900 ringgit. The old price 800 ringgit. So we go to the formula 1,800 minus 1,500 divided by 1,500 times the new price 900 minus 800 divide 800 the old price. So we got the answer is 1.6%.
So for the question 4, number 2, discuss how technological advancements can contribute to the elasticity of inelasticity of supplies in the electronics industry. So for the elasticity, we can contribute by making a technology advance. By that, our elasticity can increase efficiency and save the cost for the productions. And for the inelasticity, we can contribute by making a old technology, and the inelasticity can produce and can decrease the expensive cost for the productions. That's all for me.